Hello, my friends. It is not Friday. It is Sunday. But the reason I'm making a recording now is because tonight is the beginning of a new holiday. It's the end of the holiday of Sukkot in actuality, and the beginning of a holiday that is like Sukkot but not. It's called Shmini Atzeres. And Shmini Atzeres is after Sukkot is over. One of the reasons for Shmini Atzeres is God says, we spent this whole holiday of Sukkot bringing sacrifices in the temple for all the different nations of the world. That's what happened in the time of the temple. That entire week of Sukkot, we brought sacrifices for everyone. And then Shmini Atzeres comes along, and there's only one sacrifice that's brought. Why? Well, God feels like it's like a parent. His children come home for the holiday. And while they're home, everybody's celebrating. Everybody's happy that they're there. But then when it's time to leave, the parents are a little upset. We never got some time alone, just you and me. So let's make a little meal, not invite anybody else. And it's just us. And that's the main theme of the holiday of Shmini Atzeres and Simchas Torah, which comes right afterwards, which is actually part of the same thing. In Israel, it's actually all one day. It's a holiday of love between us and God. There's another very interesting thing. During the entire week of Sukkot, we do something very peculiar. I showed you in the last video the lulav, the esrog, the hadassim, the aravot. We make a blessing on them, and we wave them in all 6 directions. But then at some point during the prayers, we walk around the center of the synagogue, the bima. We walk around one time. And then on the last day, which was today, it's called Hoshana Rabbah, many Hoshanas. We walk around 7 times. And then on Simchas Torah, we walk around another 7 times. What is this all walking around thing? We never do this any other time of the year except for the holiday of Sukkot, Shmini Atzeres, or Simchas Torah. So the rabbis explain that this comes from when Joshua, conquered the city of Jericho, Jericho. And there were walls surrounding the city. And every day that they wanted to conquer, before they went in, they would go to the walls, and they would take the entire army, and they would walk around the walls one time. On the 7th day, they walked around 7 times, and the walls came down. What is that all about? So we're told that Jericho represented more than just physical walls. There were walls of impurity surrounding the city that the Jewish people couldn't penetrate because we're a pure people. So they needed to walk around to destroy these walls of impurity. We have walls of impurity also. Throughout the year, we build these walls, these separations between us and HaKadosh Baruch Hu and God. And during the days of Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, we try to break through those walls, as we've mentioned this many times before, and repair our relationship with God. And then at Sukkot, after our relationship is repaired, now we want to break down the walls. We want to break down these separations between us and God. So every day of Sukkot, we walk around the bima one time. And on the 7th day, the last day of the holiday, we walk around 7 times. Well, wait a minute. We do it again. On Simchas Torah, we walk around the bima 7 times. But this time, we don't use a lulav and esrog. We use Torahs. We hold our holy Torahs. And we walk around and we don't say prayers. We sing songs of praise of the Torah and praise of God. And we celebrate and we dance and we sing. What's that all about? So I think the answer, and I've seen this in many places, that once we've destroyed the walls that separate us and God, Now we're on the inside. Those walls are gone. But now we want to build new walls. We want to build new walls with us on the inside. The rabbi of our shul one time pointed out that there are two translations in Hebrew for the word wall. One is kir and one is choma. The word kir can also be read kar, which means cold. Choma, you see the word cham, which means warm, hot. Sometimes people have walls to keep everybody out. Those are kir, those are kar, they're cold, keeping people out of your home. And sometimes you have a wall that you want to keep people in. Those are cham, those are warm. So during the days of Sukkot, we're breaking down those walls, those kiros, those walls that keep us separated, that keep us cold, and keep us away from our Father in heaven. But then Simchas Torah comes along. We broke down all those walls. Now we're on the inside. Now we're singing and dancing, and we don't need the tools. We don't need the lulav and the esrog. We have our Torah. And with that, we're singing and dancing. We're walking around the bima 7 times because we're building new walls. And this time, these walls are keeping us warm. And we pray that we'll keep those walls up all year long. Chag Sameach, and have a happy, happy holiday.